and they wanted like really ritzy, full, puffy, like rich bitch hair. And I'm like, how the heck are you gonna do that with it? But I didn't want to do like a French twist, because that's the kind of thing that you see everywhere. I don't know if you guys know what a French twist is. But like, I didn't want to do something that you see every day.
Custom blending her foundation. You notice that it photographs better, feels better on the model's face. This is gonna give her skin a very matte look. It's gonna even out all the skin tone. You really want to exaggerate the eyes, so we're trying to make the eyes really pop. So that's why I'm adding a very dark, like almost like a charcoaly black color.
I feel that there's really not a lot new that you see nowadays in fashion. Everything is just either redone or remade or it's already happened. So this is a really unusual gown, and it took about 6 months to make. And it's all made of recycled garments. My name is Daniel, and I'm originally from Colombia, South America, but I reside in Boston, USA. I ended up here because of my mom. When I was about 8, 9, she moved here, and that's how I ended up in Boston. My mother, for some reason, selected Boston, and she brought me here, and this is where I went to school. And I feel that Boston, you're either part of it or you're not, and then once you're part of it, you can't leave. It's like the dark zone. It's like, as much as you hate being a Bostonian, once you become a Bostonian, it's like, that's it. You know? No, I feel that Boston is a city to come in and get educated. And it has a very student vibe to me. I mean, what's not competitive nowadays? You know what I mean? So I guess wherever you go is competitive, but I feel that Boston is a great place to start, because a lot of times when you're starting out, if you start right away in a place like New York or another city and you're not well received, you get burned too quickly. So I think Boston's a great city because you have a little bit of everything. You know, you get to experience a little bit of losing, a little bit of winning. Boston has a really welcoming fashion community. So, well, I've been called a guru in the beauty industry. I don't know what the hell that means, but I would like to think of myself as someone who is very knowledgeable in the beauty industry and who loves fashion. And for the past 3 years, I've been establishing myself as a designer. I feel like nowadays you have to be very aware and knowledgeable in all different areas close to the industry that you work in. So that's what I kind of did. I educated myself in all different areas of the industry. So by trade, I'm a licensed cosmetologist in Massachusetts. I did 5 years of design school. And I like to call myself more of an entrepreneur in the beauty industry than a particular branch of it. I really much enjoy creativity, so I like to experiment with different areas that I relate to fashion. But I think that if you wanna really be successful in fashion, you don't shape the style you sell, the economy shapes you. So I think that one thing that differentiates Boston from New York is the fact that the buyer is very smart and they see buying clothes more like an investment. So your style doesn't really fit what you sell. Here it's more like, what do people need? And you meet that necessity and it dictates what you end up selling. It was the Boston Fashion Awards second year. It was the first one I presented at, but it's their second year. I loved it. I thought it was great because I had the busiest week I've ever had. I dressed about 12 people that went to those awards, and they were all paying customers, and it makes no sense to be a designer if you're not selling what you're making. You know what I mean? So thanks to that show, I had some really great sales, and I think that's what's about, to have a business that is generating income. So in that aspect, I was really happy about it. I was also really happy with the presentation itself. I think you have to get involved with this type of community events because we don't have enough of them, and that's why a lot of local artists end up leaving or moving to other cities. So I think it's great. I think there's a lot of room for improvement, but it was great. Well, I think all shows, if you do them well, are challenging because they always have a certain level of work that you need to do to make it professional, to make it appear good to the public. Every show that has followed my work, in other words, you know, if you compare what I did when I started to what I've been doing now, I added a lot of different details to make it more public friendly. Like for example, the last show we had a trunk show with it of people that came in all the way from New York. So the fact that we've added so many elements, every show supersedes the last one. Therefore, to me, it's a complete chaos. So as far as my work goes, even though I try to challenge it, it's not as difficult as it progresses. But the events themselves, they're just, if you're not growing, if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. So the more you grow, the more chaotic the show is.
Watch your walk.
Oh, you Colombian too?
Walk slow. You're not in Ireland.
Still haven't seen it.
What about I from the fastest one?
Cheers, guys.
No, you're fine.
So you are on her segment, right?
Did she get the highest yet?
You are on Dominatrix, we said, right?
Yeah, I'm in Dominatrix.
Let me take the lashes because she needs it.
Natural. Natural skill in the ozone.
Yeah, I need something else for lips. Yeah.
So, what about my hair? Eva doesn't like it.
But like, I mean, just any kind of video for fantasy, and then I'm doing like men's clothing too, like I do tuxedos and suits.
But he's not.
Pero quiero ser.
Pero, o sea, yo digo a todo el mundo gordo.
Well, don't call me
Pero, o
fat.
sea, gordo, ¿cómo se dice gordo en inglés?
Fat?
No, like
Fatty.
cute.
Dude, gordo is like
It's
sweetheart.
funny. Just like you can say negrito.
I want to introduce you
Spanish,
guys
but
to
you
the
can't say
Herald
like-
people.
Okay, can we get your clothes?
And let's do a picture with them for social
Bueno,
media.
ya, I like the blonde.